Chapter 1. World Building. Stories are like magic. They can take us out of reality and introduce us to a whole new world. We can live new lives through them. Stories are told worldwide through different mediums. Thousands of years ago, stories were cemented in poems and songs as they were easier to remember. We then started to write and read these tales in the form of novels, plays, etc. Storytelling then expanded once again, and now we are able to tell them through TV shows, movies, video games, and so on. Now is a great time to be a storyteller, as there are multiple mediums through which we can utilize. Platforms like YouTube, Vimeo, OTT platforms like Netflix, Amazon Prime, etc., and even social media platforms have given us an opportunity to showcase our work. No matter where you go in the world, each country, city, and/or village will have its own story. We are introduced to them from childhood because it is a great way to present the world and its mannerisms to children. They not only help expand imagination, but also form a beautiful bond between the storyteller and the listener. Reading books or watching films are often categorized as activities one does to unwind. The reason for this is that through these mediums, we are transported away from our problems and into a world where everything turns out to be good in the end. Stories help us forget our troubles for the time we are immersed in them, and one of the primary reasons for this is that stories introduce a new world to us, a world that is different from ours. This world can be aspirational, sometimes magical, and at times scary. But the world that writers and filmmakers build is the most essential part of telling a story. Often we see parents, while narrating a fairy tale to their children, tend to make different voices and sounds for individual characters and scenarios that are part of the fairy tale. Why is this? Well, it is all a part of world building. The parent cannot visually show this world to the child. Therefore, they do what comes closest to making this world believable for the child, which is through sound and enactment. In the words of A.D. Jameson, in world building, there isn't any supernatural. Not really. Just a different order of the natural. World building is one of the most essential points of determination in whether a book or film is successful or not. In fantasy fiction books, we have seen how much the world that has been built is important to the reader. For instance, after the Harry Potter series ended, fans desired more as they still wanted to be part of the wizarding world in some capacity. So, J.K. Rowling came up with Pottermore, the official wizarding website built by her, where fans could be a part of the world by getting sorted into their wizarding house, choosing a wand, discovering their Patronus, and even buying a virtual pet. It is fascinating to see how involved fans can get in a fictional world. Another example would be fans of the Star Trek series being familiar with its language, Klingon. The fans then became a community and have a yearly Comic-Con, where they can dress up as their favorite characters and have a great time. These stories help bring people together and give them a feeling of being a part of something bigger than themselves. World building puts life into a story that otherwise would just be a simple plot. Here are the first few steps that need to be taken by any writer to venture into world building.